The average car battery costs between $180 and $220 at AutoZone or Walmart. The AGM version of that same battery, same group size, same terminal layout, same brand, runs $260 to $300. That's roughly an $80 difference. If your car came from the factory with an AGM battery and you replaced it with a standard flooded battery, you may have just set yourself up for a $900 repair bill that has nothing to do with the battery itself. Automakers have been quietly switching to AGM batteries since around 2012, and the parts stores haven't done a good job of telling customers why it matters. This isn't about battery quality. It's about your car's charging system. And if you get this wrong, you won't even know it until the damage is done. What AGM actually is and why it exists. Most people assume a battery is a battery. Put in the right group size, the right cold cranking amps, and you're fine. The problem is that AGM, which stands for absorbent glass mat, isn't just a different construction method. It's a response to a fundamental change in how modern cars manage electricity. Starting around 2012 and becoming standard by 2016 in most European brands and a growing number of domestic models, automakers added something called a battery management system, or BMS. The BMS constantly monitors battery state and adjusts the alternator's output in real time, charging hard when the battery is low, backing off when it's full. A flooded lead-acid battery can't tolerate that kind of variable charging pattern without losing capacity over time. AGM batteries are specifically designed to handle it. If your 2015 BMW 3 Series, 2016 Ford F-15, 2014 Audi A4, or 2017 Chevrolet Malibu left the factory with AGM, your BMS is calibrated to AGM behavior. Swap in a flooded battery and the BMS will overcharge it chronically, boiling off electrolyte slowly, every single drive. The BMS registration problem. Most shops skip. Here's where it gets more expensive. Even if you install a correct AGM battery, many vehicles with a BMS require what's called a battery registration, a software reset that tells the car's computer a new battery has been installed. Without it, the BMS keeps charging based on the old battery's age and condition data. A 2013 or newer BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Volkswagen, Porsche, Volvo, Land Rover, and select Ford and GM models all require this step. The registration procedure takes about 5 minutes with the right OBD2 scanner, specifically one that supports manufacturer-level diagnostics, not a basic $25 code reader. Tools like the Autel MaxiSys, Foxwell NT510, or CTEK MXS 5.0 with BMS reset capability can do it. Without registration, your alternator will continuously overcharge the new battery. That shortens the new AGM battery's life from a potential 6 to 8 years down to 2 to 3 years. And it can push strain onto the alternator itself, which on most vehicles runs $350 to $600 to replace. If you paid $280 for the right AGM battery and skip the $50 to $80 registration at an independent shop, you're not saving money. You're paying full price to cause the problem again. How to know if your car had a GM from the factory. And this next one is something almost every car owner does without realizing it. They guess, get it wrong, and find out later. The easiest check is the battery itself. Pop the hood and look at what's physically installed. A GM batteries have a flat top with no removable caps. There's nothing to add water to. Flooded batteries either have caps you can unscrew or raised vent covers. A GM batteries also typically have a label that says AGM, VRLA, or valve regulated somewhere on the case. If the battery has already been replaced before you bought the car, check your owner's manual or the sticker inside the battery tray. Many manufacturers print the required battery type directly in the engine bay. For Ford F-Series trucks from 2015 onward, it's usually printed on the battery tray itself. Alternatively, look up your VIN on the manufacturer's parts website. Search for the original battery, and the listing will specify AGM or flooded. The vehicles most commonly affected: BMW 3, 5, and 7 series from 2012 onward. Audi A4, A6, Q5 from 2013 onward. Mercedes-Benz C, E, and S-Class from 2011 onward. Ford F-15, O EcoBoost from 2015 onward. Chevrolet Malibu and Impala from 2014 onward. Jeep Grand Cherokee from 2014 onward. If you drive any of these and you're not certain what battery type is currently installed, find out today. The start-stop system. Accelerator. Now this one is going to contradict what most mechanics tell you. A lot of shops will tell you that start-stop systems are hard on batteries and that you should upgrade to a heavier-duty replacement. That part is correct. What they don't always tell you is that the required upgrade is specifically AGM, not just any larger flooded battery with higher cold cranking amps. Vehicles with engine start-stop technology, where the engine shuts off at red lights to save fuel, cycle the battery through a partial charge and discharge dozens of times per hour in city driving. A standard flooded battery is designed to deliver one large burst of power to start the engine and then get immediately recharged by the alternator. It is not built to handle repeated 30 to 80% discharge cycles. According to testing published by the Battery Council International, a flooded battery in a start-stop application loses roughly 50% of its rated cycle life compared to AGM under the same conditions. What that means in real numbers: an AGM battery in a start-stop vehicle typically lasts 1,200 to 1,500 partial charge cycles. A flooded battery in that same application may fail after 300 to 400 cycles. In a car that uses start-stop in city driving every day, 400 cycles can happen in under 2 years. If you're in a 2018 Mazda 3, 2017 Honda Accord, or any Volvo after 2013 with start-stop, a flooded battery isn't a cheaper option. It's a 2-year ticking clock. The one that surprises people most. If you've owned your car for more than 2 years, this one is almost certainly relevant to you right now. The most expensive mistake in this entire category is not the battery swap itself. It's what happens to the alternator when the charging system runs wrong for months or years before the battery actually fails. Modern alternators on BMS-equipped vehicles are called smart alternators or variable voltage alternators. They're designed to operate in a narrow output range, typically 12.5 to 14.5 volts, because AGM batteries charge more efficiently and don't need a constant 14.4 volt charge. When a flooded battery is in place and the BMS keeps pushing high voltage to compensate for the flooded battery's inefficiency, the alternator runs hotter and harder than it was engineered to. On the 2014 to 2019 Ford Fusion with EcoBoost and the 2013 to 2018 Ram 1500 with the start-stop system, alternator failure complaints on NHTSA's database spike significantly in vehicles with documented aftermarket battery swaps. A new alternator on those platforms runs $450 to $650 for the part, plus $200 to $300 in labor. The $80 you saved on the battery is now a $900 repair. And the new battery you installed will fail early too, because the replacement alternator recalibrates to whatever it finds, which is still the wrong battery chemistry. Go back to that number from the beginning, $80. That's the price of the information gap, not the battery itself. The shops that don't mention AGM requirements aren't always trying to upsell you. Some of them genuinely don't check. And the damage accumulates quietly, miles before you ever see a warning light. Here's the one thing to do today. Pop your hood, look at your battery, and confirm whether it says AGM, VRLA, or valve regulated on the label. If it doesn't, and your car is a 2012 or newer model with start-stop or a European brand, you have a specific question to ask your shop before the next replacement. If this saved you from a decision you were about to make, you know what to do.